Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. Really slow start here. We get to watch the actual takeoff. Really close to the GTP cars here. Somebody with a similar paint scheme as ours. We are the number 32 with the black front end. It looks like we are going now. We're going to start this race in third. Taking the inside line here into turn one. I think we're going to keep third here. Strength of the field today is a 27-13. We're going to come into this race with an 1130 rating. Cars behind battling, looking like they might go side to side. One took a defensive line. We're still in third, opening up the gap now. Car in front is getting away from us a little bit. This is still lap one. We do need to warm up our tires. We were really close to the back of the hypercar field when we started here. It's not something we get to choose. We were not in the front row. The leader of our class really gets to decide when and where we start and how far the gap is between the hypercars in front. You can see second place in front of us. It's still less than a second gap here. Not letting them get away too much. The car behind is keeping up with us though. We're not getting away from them yet. This is just finishing up lap one here. Fourth is still right behind us. Can see first place getting away a little bit, off in the distance a little bit more than second place is for sure. Looks like about a second gap right now. Now that we have the tires warmed up after lap one, we ought to be able to push and really start to put some lap times down. The car looking like they're poking their nose to the inside here. They're not going to be able to make the move yet. It is a very close gap still. Looks like they closed it up in that straight. Looks like the gap between first and second is about the same as ours to second now. Currently in a podium position. We're going to want to hold on to this, especially with the strength of the field at 27-13. We've got a 1.1K. Looking to try and improve on that. We have had decent luck in the recent past here with Spa. Maybe not all the best finishes, but we're going to figure some things out soon, I think. A little over 5 minutes into the race now. Just finishing up lap 2. The car behind is all over our tail. Not making a move yet though. We're going to keep third for now, coming out of turn 1. Hoping for a good exit to open up that gap a bit. Trying to make some moves, it looks like, to break that slipstream. Not a lot of road here to hide from though. Looks like they might have a small run on us. Don't know if they're going to be able to make the move yet. About a second gap to the car in front still. Looks like we picked up our pace a little bit. We're not letting them get away that much. The car behind is still really pressuring us hard. Ooh, car went off in front of us. Almost hit us trying to get back on track. That is an LMP2. We should be in second right now. Number 7 car is still right behind us. I don't think they came in contact. We opened up the gap a little bit more due to that. Off track of the one car in front of us. I cannot see first place at the moment. Bit of stroke of luck for us here. When we cross the line, it should update us into second place as long as we can hold this car off. Not make any mistakes ourselves. Now we can see first place just ahead. He has updated us into second now. Putting some marks on the track there. Not the best exit for us. This car might get a run on us now. They are pretty close, trying to stay in the slipstream. They're going to get some of it. We'll see if we go defensive or not. They're going to have a run. We can see how close they are. We're not going defensive. They got to the inside of us. We can't do anything now. Just going to hope that we can get through these next corners cleanly and try and get back at them. Back down to third. We did start the race in third today. Keeping that gap low, cars behind battling side by side. Let's see, fourth place not too far behind us in the green and yellow. Three-car battle behind fourth. Looks like one of those cars might have a similar paint scheme to us as well. That could be the one from earlier with the white front end. Starting to catch back up. Just about 9 minutes into the race now. This is a 35-minute race. We're going to need to stop for fuel once. We may or may not take on tires. Pit window won't open, I think, until next lap. At the earliest. Back down to third place. We did have second for a little bit. Another bad exit out of turn 1 there. That's allowing the gap in front to the car in front to open up a bit. First place is really far ahead. Many second gap there. Let's see, we didn't run the best lap time last lap either. This is not going to keep us in the front, running 207s. That was partially because of the pass, but also because of our mistake in turn 1 twice in a row. We're going to need to get that under control. Green and yellow car behind is starting to close the gap now. We're going to need to put down some good lap times. We'll have to see when we decide to pit here. Cars behind are not too far behind. Still running decently, except for those couple times and just bad exits out of turn 1 lately. We're going to see if we can fix that this lap and get a good exit again. Hold off this green and yellow car. Maybe close the gap to the car in front to second place. Getting a little loose coming out of that final corner. That is allowing the green and yellow car to catch. I've seen some other cars finally catching up too. We're still in third though. That's a better exit out of turn 1 that time. A little wide. Pit window should be open. I don't think anyone in front of us decided to stop yet. We're probably going to go until we see some GT3 cars. We have to look to go defensive here. We did go defensive, trying to block them from getting the pass. Gonna go back to the racing line. We did keep that position for now. It's looking like in the Kemmel Straight we've got just maybe a tenth or two slower than everybody else is going here. We need to pick that pace up a little bit. Cars starting to bunch up here just a little bit. Not a very big gap to either of these cars behind us. We are still in third. We can see second place a couple of seconds ahead of us right now. Probably 2. See, the last lap was a 2:07 again. Not really sure why our lap times are so slow right now. Still hanging on to third. Looks like the car behind locked it up a little bit. They're going to have some trouble with the cars trying to pass them now. We did start the race in third. We're still in third. We were up to second briefly. We held that for about a lap. Once one of the cars in front of us made a mistake, we were able to make that pass. Held on to it until the next lap, where we fell to third. I've had some issues coming out of turn 1. We're still in third, holding off 4th, 5th, and 6th back there. Cars are bunching up, but we're going to keep this for now. You can see the green and yellow car are going to need to go defensive. And the move they made lost them that position. And they fell back, and they're about to fall back again out in the grass. That's a risky place to be. We're going a little wide through these S's here. Let's see the number 17 starting to catch us now. 2:06.6 last time around. Over 15 minutes in now, less than 20 minutes remain in the race. How many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when time expires. Got a few tenths of a gap to the car behind. It's going to take them a little bit to close that up. Coming into that a little bit defensive maybe. Wasn't sure if they were going to have a run on us or not. Getting out of that slipstream as early as we can. They're worried about the car behind them as well. It's tricky. You saw that green and yellow car try and make a move, a defensive move, and both cars went by them. With such small gaps, you can't really make those mistakes. Hopefully we can keep this position for now, at least. We are in third. Still in a podium position. Going slightly defensive. We're not going to need to worry about this one yet. They were looking to the inside there, but decided not to. We weren't even really trying to go defensive in that position. This is not a great place to try and pass here anyway. Going a little wide out of that corner. Just trying to get the most out of it, I think. They are right on our tail now, but it looks like we're going to hold them off for now. Can see some GT3 cars just ahead now. This may help us. Car looked like it wanted to try and go to the inside. That isn't going to give them the best line, but we've got a little sideways coming out of there. Catching a Ferrari quickly. Hopefully we can get the pass done before the chicane. Flashing our lights to let them know we need to get by. We're going to take the defensive line through the chicane, and now we're going to pull into the pits. Defending third place coming into the pits. Just reaching the GT3 traffic. Pulling in at about 18 minutes. We're going to lock them up coming in. Didn't go too far. Looks like we're getting new tires. New tires and fuel. Well, we did come in heavily defending third. Looks like when we actually crossed the line, we were in sixth. We'll have to see what that updates to when we get around next time. Fairly strategic pit stop there. Going another lap probably would have started to catch a lot more GT3s, slowing you down. We need to do the best we can when we're taking on tires. Car looks pretty clean. I don't think there's any damage on it. 4 fresh tires now. Getting close to just a little over 15 minutes left in the race. We're probably gonna see hypercars, GTPs catching soon within the next couple laps, I would guess. Whoa, getting sideways, losing control. We're going to hit the wall. No, that is unfortunate. See a lot of damage on us there. Unusual place to lose control and hit the wall. Here comes the hypercar. Well, that is rough, especially just after our pit stop. That was our outlap. We're still on our outlap. That's going to hurt our lap times from here on out. You can see the front end damage. That's the worst place to have damage on this track. There's a lot of long straights. High speed corners too. Looks like it may have updated us to 11th place after the pit stop. Hypercar is starting to pull into the pits. Couple more deciding not to. So we pulled in 3rd place and we came out in 11th. Hypercars are starting to catch us now, but they do need to pit as well. We made one big mistake recently to damage the front end of our car. Hopefully our tires are up to temp and we can get used to the damage and start to put okay lap times down. It's definitely going to hurt us in the long run. I'll have to see when some of these other cars pit where we end up. That crash lost us a few seconds for sure. Taking on new tires lost us some time. Hard to tell how much really. Depends on the pit stop. Hypercars are catching us now though. See a Cadillac just behind us with a BMW following not far behind them. They haven't quite caught us to pass us yet. There we go, the Cadillac is going to get around now. We'll probably see them pulling into the pit soon. The BMW is going to pass us just in time. Alright, there we go, some smoke there. The Cadillac decided to pull in, the BMW is going to stay out. You can see a hypercar behind us also pitting. What is in front of us looks like the green and yellow car. That we were battling with early is just ahead of us. Still says we're in 11th. I think pit window will probably close within the next couple of laps. Probably have a good 5-6 minutes still for the pit window to be open. We're not going to catch that BMW hypercar in front of us. Track's looking pretty clear behind us. Not much of a worry there. We do have front end damage though, which is going to hurt our lap times. You can see the green and yellow car getting passed by the BMW. Not too far ahead of us at the moment. I think we did close the gap a little bit. They're needing to pass that GT3 car now. Ooh, GT3 car went off though. Wonder if that was contact with the green and yellow car in front of us. We did close the gap quickly now. We are going to have a little bit of a run on them, it looks like, coming up here. Wonder if they've also taken some damage now. We certainly have front end damage. I don't see a lot on their car at the moment. Could have been just a real light touch, but something happened where it slowed him down quite a bit. GT3 car was off the track. Camera angle wasn't good to see. About 10 minutes remain in the race now. We are still in 11th in our class. Now chasing down the green and yellow car. We can see somebody else coming out of the pits behind us now. That should be at least one position. We'll see where we are next time around. Pit window should still be open for a couple more minutes. We may be struggling to catch and pass the green and yellow car here because of how much more damage we've had taken. We're going to try our best not to let them get away. Chase them down as much as possible. You can see another LMP2 car behind us. They aren't that far behind, really. You can see the gap is just a few tenths right now. They could make a mistake up here again. Let's see. Looks like they did okay. We're starting to catch another car. Looks like a GT3. Porsche, probably. It still says 11th, but I don't think that's what place we're in at the moment. That window should be closing in the next couple minutes. Looks like it says we're in 8th. Yes, 8th place currently. We may have seen most of the LMP2s pitted then. Flashing our lights, letting the Porsche know we're catching them. We're gonna have to sit behind them for a second. They're gonna slow us up. Lots more traffic coming up though, I think. Ooh, we got out in the grass there. That's a little risky. Not a lot of room to race here at the moment. We have to sit behind a little bit more. They're really holding us up. You can see the LMP2 car behind starting to catch us. Waiting to make the pass till right up here. Car behind's gonna have a better exit, but they're gonna be held up in the next two corners. We can see a BMW hypercar behind them. That was a major slowdown there. And the blue hypercar is going to catch the car behind us soon. Possibly slowing them up. Don't know for sure yet. We've opened up that gap just a little bit more now. Currently 8th in class. We did start the race in 3rd. Held that for quite a while. We're now catching some GT3 traffic. They're pulling into the pits. We're going to get out of the way for the hypercar. They're going to need to use our draft for a second. You can see quite a few more hypercars behind starting to catch. That is the leader that we're looking at now. With just over 5 minutes remain in the race. Looks like we're up to 7th. A lot of front end damage. Just trying to hold on and not give up too many positions now. We've definitely lost some time in pit lane and lost some time with that loss of control and hitting the wall. It's definitely not optimal. I don't know if we really had a good chance for third or podium position because our pit strategy needs to be improved. Still had to figure that out. Because it looks like we're still taking 4 tires on every time, and I think I messed with it for a little bit, trying to figure out if I should be taking one side over the other. Some tracks are more stressful on one side and not the other. Tried taking on single tires before, I think. Had to manually adjust that in the black box settings every time. Last lap was a 2:10.4. Disappointing. There goes second place. Third place gonna get by here soon. I need to take the inside line for that. Got an okay exit still out of that corner. Our behind isn't closing up too quickly on us at the moment, so we're doing okay still. See if we're still in 7th. Looking at the GT3 car just ahead. It does say 7th. Hypercars are going to slow the GT3 out of turn 1, so we should be able to pass before Radion coming up here. Maybe not. We'll just sit behind. Blue Porsche hypercar coming up behind us here. We're catching another Ferrari, going to touch the grass just a little bit, not going to slow us down too much, I think. We're going to stay on a normal racing line and make the Porsche pass us to the inside here. It's going to be a tough one though. We're going to have to go a little wide to let them underneath us so we can get back to the racing line. Looks like the GT3 car is holding up the car behind now. Got a Ferrari just in front of us. The hypercar BMW coming out quickly to get around that GT3. We're going to flash our lights, get to the inside here. Ooh. It looked like they almost turned into us. Good thing they saw us. BMW is going to catch and get by them rather quickly. We should have a decent exit here. But we're going to catch another GT3 car. Mercedes-Benz. In these corners here, I think the hypercar is going to want to pass nearly the same time. 2084. Okay, the hypercar will get around us now. Just a couple minutes remaining in the race. I think 2 laps to go after this. We are still in 7th. I don't see 6th place anymore. We had caught up to them for a little bit. And we should be up there, but that crash really hurt us. And then we got slowed up big time by a GT3 car. We should have been a little more impatient with that maybe. Pushing them off to the side. Not too much happening behind us. You can see the LMP2 car getting held up by a GT3 behind. Gaps opening up quite a bit more now. For these last couple of minutes, we should have a decently open track. Most of the hypercars should have passed up by now. We do not have the best pace because of this damage. Time has expired now. The leader has most likely already started the next lap, so we'll go one more. Should see the white flag this time by. Pretty clean lap, like I said. Don't see too many cars in front or behind. You can see the LMP2 car behind us is several seconds back. Hard to count. We can see the green and yellow car in front of us, just a bit ahead. That is also a several second gap. There's the white flag waving now. Last lap. Couple more hypercars behind to catch and pass us. Still in 7th. In our class anyway. Maybe catching the green and yellow car in front of us a little bit. Don't know if they're just taking it easy on the last lap or not. Maybe made a mistake. Looks like we've closed it up some though. Got a yellow Porsche and a red Cadillac catching us though. Hopefully they can get by in the corners that don't slow us down. I'm not sure when they're probably gonna catch us at the end of this straight up here. Oh. I'm gonna hold them up a little bit. It looks like they didn't want to try and pass on the other side. I'm gonna go back to the racing line. We are holding them up a little bit, but can't do a whole lot about it. Gonna go a bit wide and stay wide so that they can battle. We wanted to get in there to get some of the draft, but that red Cadillac was coming in rather hot. They did get by without slowing us up too much. Here it is, the end of the race. We did start in 3rd. We're gonna finish in 7th place. Our rating went from an 1130. We gained 20 points to an 1150. 1.1k. We're slowly making our way up. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.